Your friends, mama, your auntie, your cousin, your brother, your first cousin, your first god sister, your first god daddy.
Your first god daddy?
Everybody want love. Everybody want love at the end of the day. So we just gonna get y'all insight on what love is. My mic dropped, guys. What's the word, y'all? Hope y'all have had a blessed week. Hope that you guys finished strong. Felt good about the week, even when the devil was trying to play. Still came out on top. So I'm glad that y'all are here. Welcome back to the Savages. Emontre, man. Mr. Emontre. Y'all already know the vibes, man. And my lovely wife here. Go ahead and give your introduction to them.
His lovely wife here. Akilah Jae. And thank y'all for tuning in this week to our cocktail hour.
Wow.
Make sure before we get started, y'all subscribe and hit that notification bell so every time we drop a new video, y'all will know. That's all I got. How you feeling, babe?
I'm glad that the week is over, pretty much. It's been a long week. Feeling good. We all go through what we go through for a reason, so I'm feeling good. I'm blessed.
You a deacon?
I'm a preacher.
It's a reason.
Look, we're not even finna start it like this.
This one is probably gonna be the second one that's out. Before we start, we're going to pick a random card out of this here deck.
Oh, we gotta tell them what we drinking.
Oh,
We ain't even tell them.
my bad. I made a drink this time. I made a sangria. I did not show me making the sangria because I did not actually have everything that I needed to make it. So I want to make it right on camera. Next time.
So it's like a knockoff one?
It's just not as strong. It don't have no brandy in it. And it don't have no orange liqueur in it.
How you say it?
Liqueur.
No, you said the first time you had it a little bit different.
Sangria, ladies and gentlemen. Made by yours truly. If you didn't know already, your girl is a licensed bartender. You feel me? Mixologist, if you will.
Hey,
But
turn up. I get all the free drinks and the samples.
pretty much. Pick a random card. If it's whack,
Picking
pick
another one.
another one.
Aww.
It's a good
I
one.
like this one. I like this one.
Okay, what'd I say?
Remember, go get it, man. I'm pretty sure it's pretty nice, man. I like these little scenarios and questions and stuff that we put on these cards. They get deep.
Does
They
it
get deep. It says, "Are you happy we met and why?" You gotta go first. I actually. Yeah. Yep.
Yes, I'm happy we met. I'm ecstatic we met. I'm blessed that we met. I'm grateful that we met.
Mhm.
All those things because, I mean, I love you. I'm in love with you and you're my husband, and like, if we wouldn't have met, who my husband was gonna be?
Well, you probably need to be married right now.
I probably wouldn't even be married right now. That's big facts.
Probably would be.
That's big facts. But yes, you changed my life. Some things that I thought was gonna go a certain way went completely different, or it just turned out to something that I would have never imagined, and I'm okay with that because I got you out of it.
I had a fire with you in the background. Of course I'm happy we met. Going any other way. I agree with everything you said. Definitely glad we met. You taught me a lot of things. Just like you said, as far as how you thought it was gonna go. Definitely didn't go, But it's good that we were able to come together. I'm glad that we met in that aspect. He pretty much is the one that changed the game. It's one of my favorite pitchers. In Houston. We'll flash the picture in the thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy we met. So like, one of a kind, I'll say, for sure. Like your qualities and everything, your characteristics, how you think, how you love, how you even move, is just something that I'm happy that I was able to, witness and also contribute to some. Definitely changed me a lot.
Okay, that was sweet. That was a good question. It didn't get juicy on us, but we got time for that.
I was finna get juicy.
God.
Mushy. Gooey.
Oh, also, we did not address the fact that our last episode was cut off.
Yeah.
In the middle. And we tried to keep it going and keep recording. We actually did. We finished it, but the quality was completely different. Sound was completely different. Look was completely different. So we was like, nah, we just gonna cut it short. So, I mean, in a way, this is like the part 2 to that one, but I don't know. Y'all really got what we was trying to say last week. I think the only thing that got cut off is we were saying what were we expecting out of this year as far as relationships and career goals and spirituality. Those are the 3 things. I'ma just keep it short on that so we can just finish that. Spiritually, I just want to get to know myself more, be more calm, meditate more, get to know God more. I want to take my time and let it be my journey, but I do want to intentionally try to just have a peace of mind and just be more centered and balanced mentally and spiritually. Career-wise, I mean, that's a hard one to say. It's pretty much hand in hand with the whole spirituality thing, is be intentional and be consistent. It's okay to fall off, but like just being more disciplined and structured and just getting up every day and doing something that can get me one step closer to my goal is what I'm on. That's what I expect from myself in 2023. Like just beat myself. And I'm not competing with nobody but myself. Just be way better than I was in 2022, year before. And relationship wise, I think we did pretty good in 2022. As far as a romantic relationship, I wanna just keep growing and keep learning each other, getting to know each other more, and spending more time together and making bigger and better decisions that are just going to change the course of our life for the better. And just be there, for you. That's what I expect of myself. Platonic relationships, give more, like be more present in those relationships and initiate more and love more and just everything more.
Yeah.
Spiritual, career, and relationships.
Spiritual, continuing to know God, attempting to really be able to hear Him. Like not in an audible voice or anything like that, but just knowing when to pick up the signs and the feelings or the urges that I do get, like to knowing that it's not necessarily me, it's maybe Him speaking or whatever, and I just want to be able to catch those just so that I can know, I guess, what it is that I need to be doing. I just want to grow closer to God, continuing to pray. I don't really meditate, but I might pick that up. I know I had a class in college, so I enjoyed it then, so I might pick that back up. But
it's hard.
Yeah, it is. My career choice too. I'm big on having a career. I want a nice job. I like to work. I just want to find a solid career. Like my next step needs to be a solid choice that's going to get me to where I at least want to be. Because all I want to do is be able to help family, friends, loved ones, my sugar, doing what I want to do too. Be benefiting from it. Like I'm into that age where like now I'm trying to tap into them, like grown folk stuff, you know what I'm talking about? And relationships for us, just continuing to love each other, learn each other, more intimacy, mental connections, of course more physical connections, all that in the umbrella. Continuing to choose each other. Platonic is continuing to be the person that I am, that I have been. Oh, man. Somebody call me or whatever, they, you know what I'm saying? Just pretty much continuing to be that person who they need at that time. And then also making people laugh and feel good. That's all I do is tweet, have fun. So I'm trying to shed that light, that positive energy to y'all folks,
Gotcha. Okay, well, that is in a nutshell what we said, an extension to what was for last week. We just kind of summarized it real quick for you so we can get into this other stuff. This week, bless you. Well, you see the title. It's the truth behind married life, newlyweds edition. The reason why we say newlyweds edition is because our perspective on the truth about married life could be completely different than somebody else's, like who been together 10 years, 20 years, or something like 5 years. Like our perspective, this is our truth behind married life. This is not nobody else's truth. What we experience does not have to mean that that's what somebody else has or will experience.
Yeah.
So just a disclaimer there. The first segment that we have here, finances.
We'll start from the man's perspective, because I know we are, societal-wise, we are the providers. Mm-hmm. Finances do play a role, but if you have a great companion when it comes to certain things, you're not going to always be the breadwinner all the time, G. It's just impossible. I mean, it can work, of course, but, sometimes it may switch. You know what I'm saying? So just be prepared for those times when it switches. If it switches, I'm only saying that because of our experience. So now don't be a bum now. Don't be no bum. Still provide, still bring something to the table. And if it ain't all of it, still make a way out of no way for something else. You know what I'm saying? Make up on another end. There's people I know who ain't got nothing for real. It's happy. Like your peace don't come from, or your peace and your love and your happiness doesn't come from being rich or wealthy. It's the character of your heart, it's pretty much how you think, how you are as a person, all of that type of stuff. It's a lot of materialistic things that is dominant today. And you don't want to be no bum. At least be able to do something.
You're gonna keep saying that.
Yeah. It all really just depends on the situation of the two.
Do you feel like it has negatively impacted us in any way?
No, I want to say negatively impacted us. Me personally, might have impacted me just in an annoyance type of way, but not when it came to us, no. Mm-hmm. Because we're a team, we've already been established as a team. Whatever you slack, I get. Whatever I slack, you get. You know what I'm saying? It's not, counting favors or anything like that. It's pretty much just genuine. I got you, you got me, I scratch your back, you scratch my back type of thing. So I never thought it was like that ever. Now, my personal thoughts or whatever, yes. But with us, no. Right. I ain't never had no
It's
issue.
affected you, but you're saying it hasn't impacted our, relationship.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, at least I don't think so. Now, if you want to ask yourself the same question, answer.
No, I kind of agree with you. I think it's going to impact you regardless. finances is not always gonna be what you want them to be. Even when you got it, even those people who got it, like I want more, or they still have their little, you know, issue. Just because you got money don't mean you don't have problems from time to time. So I think those problems are gonna affect you. You're not gonna be like, oh, we just lost all that money. It's cool or whatever. Or, you know, I can't provide in the way that I want to provide. It's cool.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's gonna affect your mental, and depending on how far you allow it to go, that's gonna bleed into the other person.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it ain't cause for me to be like, well, we need to have a conversation about finances, or, you know, like, it's marriages that like end because of finances. I don't think, at least not yet, God forbid, we've experienced it in that way where you know, one person is always working, another person not, or we ain't had no like super traumatic hit that like is devastating. Like, it ain't been none of that for us. But like I said, you might feel away, I might feel away, I don't got the money to do such and such, and maybe now I'm sad or frustrated about it. You're gonna feel that. Or whatever the case is, I'm gonna feel that, because that's gonna come out in your body language and in your mood.
Yeah.
So that is the way that I would say that it has affected us, but I won't say it was to the point where it was like, we got a problem.
Yeah.
Type. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay. Which is
It's also different though if y'all didn't necessarily grow together though. So we really truly speaking from our personal experience. Like, we literally college growing into this instead of meeting now when y'all didn't necessarily grow together. Then of course I want you to be a little bit put together before you approach. So it's a little bit different in regards to our, you know, standing. So yeah, I can't agree with you when you say it didn't like bleed, but you can definitely tell in like body language and, you know, just a mental state of thinking or whatever. You definitely can tell that. But if it gets too, you know, stringy, and then bleed.
Right. Right. And I think like there's this whole thing, I don't know, this whole talk about, how do I word this? This whole talk about how men aren't the same now how they used to be back in the day, and also women are not the same, but yet everybody wants or likes this whole idea that it should not be 50-50. The man is supposed to provide all these things and the woman just supposed to be cared for. Coming into a marriage, what do you think about having that mindset?
Times have changed and it's not traditional really anymore. I guess just pretty much go back into growing with the person. I think 50-50 is just based on your situation and how you feel. Me personally, I wouldn't necessarily want to go 50-50, being the man of the household or being the provider of the household. But it's like sometimes I'm not gonna always have it because I gotta take care of X, Y, and Z that's outside of what's needed to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, it shouldn't even really be a problem now. As far as like big bills, I'm paying them bills. Now little bills, I mean, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen people pay all the bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do if you don't pay your 50-50 part and I'm paying all of it? What you gonna pay for?
Right.
Or what you gonna get? Then what if that person not doing nice stuff for them? Actually appreciating
what
it.
person?
The person that's not necessarily contributing to anything. Are they contributing something to the person who is contributing to all of the financial stuff?
What are they bringing to the table?
Exactly. If it's not necessarily paying the bills or paying any bills. I feel like you always gotta bring something to the table.
So if you're not paying none of the bills, you should be cooking, cleaning, taking care of the children.
I mean, that just sounds like back in the day. I mean,
I know.
that's not what I'm saying though.
I ain't saying it is. I'm asking though.
No. If we talking about me per se, personally speaking,
I'm just saying in
no.
general. Okay.
the general way, I guess so. I've heard people say, yeah, I want to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
They don't want to, you know what I'm saying, do that. But it's different people who like actually want to work and get their own and be dependent on themselves instead of being, codependent. So it's like, I don't know, it's really dependent on the person. But me per se, if you want to work, work. You ain't got to lift no finger for nothing. Also, payment-wise, I need my back rub. Yeah. Flying and stuff on the back room.
Pretty much to sum it up, when it comes to finances, it's like how it affects you is, I think it's solely dependent upon the people in the relationship, the people in the marriage. What is your character like? How do you spend your money? How do you communicate with each other? Did you talk about what your expectations were getting into the relationship? You gotta know who it is that you're marrying, really. I think ultimately that's what it comes down to.
You know how many times me and folks switched
Yeah.
since we met? Stronger than ever, tighter than ever. Let me kiss it.
I ain't got no muscle. Okay, next, living together. The truth about being married and living together. For some people, they've never lived with their significant other.
It's not nothing bad or anything. I was just really just like thinking how I was gonna like word it. Cause literally back in the day, or your grandma might have been like, no, ain't no shacking. Y'all go separate ways till y'all get married, and then y'all come together, and then y'all live together. Times has changed, Grandma. No, I feel like I would want to stay. I would want to live with the person. And I'm gonna go into the actual topic. I want to live with the person so that I can see how they are. Mm-hmm. Like I like going to sleep, waking up in the middle of the night, coming from outside, partying, coming home together. Mm-hmm. Like, you really got a partner. Like, somebody is literally like a twin almost. Y'all sharing the same space. Of course, y'all gotta be clean. You gotta learn people's patterns. You gotta learn how they are when they wake up in the morning, go to sleep. It's all a learning thing. Moving in, I feel like it's great. It's been a great experience because we've been able to see the full, like, 360. I'm gonna keep saying, early in the morning, waking up and going to sleep. We both worked from home one time, or a couple, like, what was it, a year that we worked from home together. That was tough. I'm not gonna say that it was easy. It wasn't. It wasn't easy at all because sharing the same space with doing multiple things and not necessarily being able to go outside for real. I feel like it happened in the right time when it was supposed to. I feel like that was the year that we really was like, folks get on my nerves. Literally, folks is getting on my nerves. And
that was tough.
We're gonna keep it fun too. That y'all in here all day.
Right.
Like y'all gotta do something. Before we was married, the difference between the two. Of course, boyfriend and girlfriend, we get into it or have an issue, we got somewhere else we can go to.
Right.
Married, now it's like, well, I'm gonna go hotel.
Right.
I'm not spending that on that.
I'm not spending that on that.
No, I'm not doing that. I gotta come home. I gotta figure out or work whatever the situation is out. You don't have no choice. You don't got nowhere to go. Like you legally binded. It ain't really no running for real. Like whatever it is, you gotta fight through it. It's best to learn, or at least get a little sample first.
For those of you who don't know.
They don't know us.
But we moved down here together to Atlanta in 2018. We actually officially or exclusively started dating in 2017. When we moved to Atlanta, that was our first time getting a place together. Like we'll spend time with each other in each other's dorms, and I had a studio apartment at the time in Chicago. We was there, but we didn't actually move in until we got down here to Atlanta. That was 2018. So that being said, we have lived together about 4.5 years. And you brought up a good point of talking about the quarantine. It was one thing to live with you when we both had to go to work and then come home and there's a few hours and then you go to sleep. And we would do it again the next day and on weekends. Like, that's like easy almost. But to be at home with each other 24/7 for almost 365 days, it wasn't that it was just like, I don't want to be around you, but it was like, I feel like we got to see each other in every form.
Yeah, that's why I kept emphasizing waking up in the morning, throughout the day, and then going to sleep.
Yeah, seeing each other in every form brings out something.
Yeah.
Like, that's why they say, like, that's why it's like, why you want to marry somebody you don't really know for real. Like, you can get to know them, you're always going to be learning your person, but I feel like it's so important to know if you're okay with whoever this person is that you love. If you are okay, if you will still like them, if you will still love them at their worst or in every single form that they could possibly be in. Happy, excited, anxious, mad, angry, friggin', I don't know.
Sad.
Depressed, like sick, healthy, like all of those things. Because
Sick and shut in. Pray for the list members.
But no, for real, like, and if you haven't seen it yet and you like, I want to be with that person, but I have not seen them in all their forms, try to just picture it as worse as it could possibly be. And if you still love that person, then you know.
Yeah, you'll know.
When COVID broke out, we wasn't married, we were just living together.
Yeah.
And we still decided to get married during COVID. Cause we came back from Houston the year COVID broke out, the first time.
The scariest thing, we was on a trip, friends trip. We just gonna sidebar real quick. Friends trip, we was in Houston. They put the APP out, lockdown. We watching it on the news, we like, lockdown? Like, y'all tweaking, we gotta get back. We was scared, we didn't know what we was gonna do.
We really did, and they was canceling flights.
We was like, hey,
We gotta live here in this Airbnb for however long.
we done.
Grocery
Over.
stores was like
Empty.
no.
Wait.
Oh, when we got back, they was
When
empty.
we got back, it was
In
Houston,
Houston, them lines was wrapped around the building.
like this.
But yeah, when we got back to Atlanta and we went to the grocery store, it was like nothing on the shelves.
They didn't even have tissue. Y'all didn't even need all that tissue.
But yeah, so I agree. I mean, we both grew up in the church, but I agree that a lot of people are against moving in with your partner. I just feel like even if you don't want to do it for an extensive amount of time, there should be a long period of time that you spend with just you and your partner before you get married, so you can pick up on certain things. Because if you got deal breakers or whatever the case is, or your person is just nasty, like, you need to know.
Facts.
Because you got to deal with that forever. They can change, but what if they don't? Then the last one is the truth about married life, communication.
Communication, of course, as always, people say, it's a cliche, communication is key. Communication is key, but comprehension is better. Because you can communicate all day and not be listened to or heard. So, comprehension, understanding, compromising, applying, and then moving forward, that's the step-by-step process of communication. This could be a married topic, or this could be single topic, or this could be just in general. It all applies the same. Tell it how it is, even if it's touchy, or not be too rough or aggressive with it. Just, word it differently in a respectful way. say stuff that you know might want to change or you want to see change in. Express how you feel. Just pretty much just talk, work it out. I mean, if that's what you guys are willing to do, I mean, at the end of the day, the goal is to come back together and build stronger and keep, you know, moving forward. Or you want to know what your partner likes, you want your partner to know what you like, just express yourself so that you can be heard.
I agree 100%. And it's not easy. Some people, it's just easy for them to talk and talk and talk and talk. But if you with a partner who don't really like to talk for real, you can't automatically assume you in the right because you know how to talk. That's not their communication style. So you have to be aware of what your communication style is. Be aware of what your partner's communication style is. And then learn how to mix those two or adapt to each other's style. And that's not something that don't come easy. So rather you think you're a good communicator or not, basically what I'm trying to say is when you get in a relationship with somebody and they don't communicate the same way, how you communicate don't work no more. It's not about you. Yeah. So
the communication is never really about you.
Right.
I mean, of course, you can communicate about yourself to your partner,
right.
But the communication is so that your partner understands.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah. Cause you can get mad about something, irritated about something, feel away about something, and then release it in whatever way you know how to release it, and your partner never know that you even felt the way about what happened. Because you released it, you found a way to deal with it in that moment. And then it happens again in another form and you don't say nothing. And then it happens again and you don't say nothing. And now you at a point where you so frustrated and irritated about this particular thing and you haven't said anything. Because you made it work every time it happened. So I think that's valid what he's saying is it's for the other person because you probably gonna express yourself regardless or not. So I mean, however you do it. But if your partner don't know what's going on with you, and that's supposed to be your partner, the person you do life with, like how that make sense?
So yeah,
they can't help you.
Can't help you.
So that's the truth about marriage. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything that like. What's something that people may assume about marriage that's like not really true for real?
You might be thinking in a traditional sense that says that the man makes all the decisions. I can't really like pinpoint one that'll be like,
this ain't true.
This ain't true.
This may be more so something that someone further along in their marriage would be able to say or speak to. Yeah. But I feel as though you never really fully know the person that you're with because y'all both are always changing, or you're supposed to. With that being said,
for the better, not for the worse.
Right. Or some issues. Some change for the worse.
Some for the worse.
But the reason I'm saying that is I feel like it's always gonna be a thing of trying to make sure that we're communicating or learning how to communicate with one another. I feel like that's probably not one of those things you just get and then it be like that forever.
Yeah.
It's probably always gonna be something that we're working on and trying to be better at.
Because we even still have communication conversations. Like we still coming back, touching up on certain things to, you know, get better or to enhance our communication.
Yeah.
In different ways, not just verbally, non-verbally. And of course I would, you know, want to get that insight from someone who's been there a little bit longer than us.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's it for today.
That's it for today. I'm just gonna say thank you guys for watching and let us know what you think about this whole cocktail hour thing. This is just the second episode now, so you know we new to this.
We're
real new to this, and we're just kind of trying to share conversations that we have with each other, conversations that we have with single people, conversations we have with married people, just kind of opening up the floor for conversation. Some of the things will be fun topics, some of the things more serious, more deep, but we kind of putting ourselves out there a little bit doing these cocktail hours.
You think about that?
I mean, I did, but I didn't think about it like, it doesn't bother me, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But we're giving people insight to our relationship and our journey. So anyway, with that being said, let us know how you feel about the conversations that we're having. We accept criticism as long as it's constructive criticism. Just give us some feedback.
Yeah. Be thoughtful though. Be mindful, I would say.
You're gonna threaten them again?
I ain't threatening nobody.
Oh.
It's not that type of party. Appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Again, the Savages, man. We accept, man. DASAVAGES. Y'all already know how to rock and cut off. Keep pocket. Designer. You know. Thank y'all for tuning in for another week. Another episode. Another week. So hopefully we'll see y'all the next time. Tell your friends. Tell your mama. Tell your auntie. Tell your cousin. Your brother. Your first cousin, your first god sister, your first god daddy.
Your first god daddy?
Tell them to like, share, comment, watch, subscribe. Get involved, man. I mean, we talking about relatable stuff. Relatable stuff. Well, relatable to some, but majority. Everybody want love. Yeah, I might shoot some dice. Shoot no dice. Everybody want love at the end of the day. So we're just gonna get y'all insight on what love is. That's my closer, cuz. My mic drop, guys.
Yep.
Talking about cock.